Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Light Sports Ramble. As always, my pleasure. It's a beautiful night in Indianapolis on the ride home from work, but I've got to stick to task again. Tonight's topic is about the 8 new NFL head coaches. Yeah, you heard it right, folks. 8 new coaches in the league this year. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to preview if I thought it was a good hire, and what I think their tenure is going to be, and how I think they're going to fare there. So again, with 8 new coaches, I'm going to keep the ramble short. Can't get all of my opinion in on it, but I'm going to give a couple tidbits about each coach. And I'm just going to start at the top of the alphabet with Arizona and look at Bruce Arians. Great pickup. Love the hire. Bruce Arians is a man that can work with quarterbacks and put a franchise quarterback behind the line to help the team win. He did it with Big Ben in Pittsburgh. And you know what? Living in Pittsburgh, my Pittsburgh fans, you should have got off the guy. I heard so many times on the talk shows, Bruce Arians should be fired. Play calling this, play calling that. Because you wanted the pizzazz. Well, you know what? Bruce Arians won. He won games. He came to Indianapolis, and what did they do? They won. He got thrust into a head coaching role unexpectedly, and what did he do? He won. So get off the guy. Good job, Bruce Arians, for getting a head coaching job. You deserve it in Arizona. But now management in Arizona, give the guy a chance. You got to get a quarterback. Palmer is a Band-Aid. Get yourself a franchise quarterback that Arians can mold, and you'll see the wins in a couple years. But it's not going to happen for 2 or 3 years. So be patient with him. Be patient and let Bruce Arians do his thing. In Buffalo, Doug Marrone, not real happy about this. Yeah, I know you got some NFL coordinator experience for a couple years. But when you're a coordinator, you also worked with Drew Brees. Then you went to Syracuse, and what'd you do there? Did you do anything great? Not really. So I look at this hiring and go, what are you thinking, Buffalo? There's other candidates out there, and you pick Marrone? And then we come in and we hear he's going to change the defense to a 3-4. Well, if I look on the defensive side of the ball, don't you have the multi-billionaire in Williams who is used to a 4-3 scheme? And that's where he's most productive? So your decision-making already is giving questions to me. But good luck to you. But Buffalo fans, I don't see you winning anytime soon. Chicago, the Mark Trestman deal, I will come out and publicly say I don't think you should have got rid of Lovey. I don't think you should have. But I can also see, on the other hand, why you did it and who you hired. That division is turning into an offensive juggernaut. And you needed to compete offensively. And so you brought in an offensive mind. And I think Trestman has a great offensive mind. I mean, he was a coordinator for the 49ers and the Raiders. Went to Montreal, won 2 championships. Good job, Mark Trestman. Well, what are you going to do at quarterback? Is it going to be Jay Cutler, or is it not? Because I don't think you have a lot of weapons offensively. And to say Cutler needs to have protection, because when he's getting beaten up, he can't do anything. And so we'll see, Mark Trestman, what you do offensively to try and stay in Chicago. But you better win. You better win, because those fans want a winner. And I'm not sure. Kind of a toss-up with how long your stay in Chicago lasts. Going to Cleveland. Got Rob Chudzinski. I always have a problem saying that name. It's like my last name. Used to be the coordinator in Cleveland. Then went to the Panthers, and now back in Cleveland. Good job for you in your first head coaching job. Not sure if it's a questionable hire. I mean, you did some good things in Carolina with Cam Newton, but you didn't do anything amazing. And you don't have much to work with in Cleveland. I mean, so let's look at your success. You left Cleveland. Why? Because you couldn't get it done there. You went to Carolina, got Cam Newton. And I'm not saying anybody could just coach Cam Newton, but he's one heck of a talent. And so, yeah, you're going to look good coaching that. But now you're coming back to Cleveland, and who's your quarterback? Whedon? So let me look at this. Whedon or Newton? But good luck, Rob. We'll see what happens this year. Moving on to the Jaguars, Gus Bradley. What are you thinking? Really? You should have stayed in Seattle. You should have stayed as the defensive coordinator. Seattle is on the verge of becoming a very good team. And you wanted your head coaching opportunity. I understand that. I really do. And I'm about to laugh. Is it really worth going to Jacksonville to fulfill the head coaching opportunity? I think the answer is no. Because you don't have anything. And you know what? In the draft, management even proved they're not going defense. You could have had a great pass rusher to build a defensive round, and you're the head coach. Why didn't you put your foot down and say, draft me a defensive player? Draft me a cornerstone pass rusher. So I'm already seeing management is controlling you, Gus Bradley. And good luck this year, because you're going to win maybe 2 games. But good luck to you. You got a head coaching job. Pat on the back. In Kansas City, Andy Reid. Now, I said this earlier, Andy Reid's a good coach. But until he wins the big game, his coaching legacy is not going to be validated. It's kind of like one of those quarterbacks that can put up great numbers but can't get to elite status. Because Andy Reid, you could get the team to the playoffs. You could make them win in the playoffs to the championship game, and then you lay an egg. And I'm not saying you laid an egg the year you got to the Super Bowl, but you didn't win it. And I knew when the Eagles went out and bought the dream team and tried to buy a Super Bowl that your days were numbered in Philadelphia. Everybody went, oh my God, look at the signings Philadelphia made. Look at the signings, look at the players, look at the money. A bunch of divas. That's not Andy Reid's coaching style. He is a guy that wants hard work day in and day out. And he's going to get it in Kansas City. I think it's a great move. And I think he can do some good things. And I think he's going to turn that team around this year. And if you listened yesterday, just on the outskirts of the playoffs. But he's inheriting some good players. And he's going to bring a good work ethic to that team. But I'm not sure what happens when Andy Reid gets to the playoffs. Because he had some very good Eagle teams that should have went to the Super Bowl and didn't. So the question goes up. Where's the disconnect with such a great regular season and then not a great postseason? But we shall see in the postseason. And we shall see if Andy Reid can get the Chiefs back to the postseason. And then going to his former team, the Eagles. You're really going down this road, Philadelphia. Another college coach. This is pure college coach. At least Buffalo hired a guy that had some experience in the NFL. And now, I'm not going to say I don't like Chip Kelly. A very good college coach. But it seems that we look at these hottest coaches in college and we think they're going to bring the stuff to the NFL. And maybe he can, and maybe he can do it. But who's the darn quarterback? And what are you doing there? There's so many question marks. And if you listen to the ramble and the preview, just what are you doing there? Do you even know what the identity is going to be and how you're going to play this? Maybe you do, and maybe this is just all a farce for all of the media to say, ha ha ha, I don't know what's going on. And I'm not going to tell you, and then you come out and win 10 games. Maybe. But let's look at it, folks. Who was the last coach to come from college to be successful? That was Jimmy Johnson. And you know what? As much as people want to say Jerry Jones is this and that, he gave Jimmy Johnson some talent to work with. And right now, the Eagles roster is depleted of talent. And so, Chip Kelly, if you're going to use all this fun and games to win, it's not going to last long, because as everything in the NFL, coordinators are smart and they'll figure the scheme out. I'm not real happy with this hire. But good luck, Chip Kelly. You bolted Oregon after you said you weren't going to. So whatever. Go do your thing this year. Now, San Diego, I love this hire. Mike McCoy, somebody that's not really been talked about. I think Mike McCoy has a long tenure in San Diego. The offensive coordinator of the Broncos last year. Spent some time in Carolina on the staff. So he's got a ton of NFL experience. I think this is the guy that's going to sneak up in the coaching ranks and going to do some good stuff. So San Diego, I know you're loyal, and you are very loyal to Norv Turner, probably longer than you should have been. So give Mike McCoy the same loyalty and give him time, and I think you're going to see a very good coach emerge. Now, get some talent around the guy. Phillip Rivers doesn't have much time left. Get him some playmakers. Go out and make some moves and let Mike McCoy coach. Because I think this is going to be the biggest sleeper coach of these 8. Now, we shall see as the tenures go. But 8 new coaches this year, folks. And that just about wraps up my ramble for tonight and my little bit of an evaluation of what I think these coaches are going to do. I hope you enjoyed the ramble. I'll see you at the next red light. Enjoy your evening.